Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? KMB the 6 in the place to be. In the place to be for C Plus Studios and the Papers Saber universe. April 7th, 2023. We're talking about Rampage, baby. All Elite Wrestling. Tony, JR, Excalibur, commentary, big night. It's also Battle of the Belts 6. So we start the show off with Hook and Ethan Page for the FTW title. And this is the FTW match, and they just take each other to the extreme and beat the crap out of each other. I mean, they beat the crap out of each other. But Hook putting poor Ethan Page to sleep. After losing to Hook last week with the assist from Matt Hardy, or was it this week? Man, I'm losing my mind. But with Hook, just keeping this momentum going, and I don't know who else is there to challenge Hook. You know, Hook is like 150,000 undisputed whatever titles. I mean, I don't know. So we shall see. Who is Hook's challenge? And I'm sorry, there's a big old truck that just came on by my window. I was like, whoa. Jeez, loud much? My goodness. All right. That was a big truck. The Infantry. Bobby Orlando, LSG, versus the Acclaimed and Daddy Magic. Of course, the Acclaimed and Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Ange. They go for the win. The Acclaim has denied them what they wanted. They wanted them to join the JIS, but the Acclaim was basically like, no, there was going to be a big scissor moment, and the inevitable happened. The JAS beat down the Acclaimed. Jericho should be happy. He took the night off on this one because he has a huge match with Keith Lee next week. It's going to be awesome. So, Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Ange and the JAS, Daniel Garcia and them, they have shown their true colors and beat down the Acclaimed. Now we shall see what happens next. Darby Allin versus Lee Moriarty. This was a fun match. Darby Allin for the win. So Darby Allin gets the win. You know, Jungle Boy's looking on. Sammy's looking on. All these three pillars, if you will, are collecting those W's and putting them in their pockets and walking away with them. But what happened here? Swerve comes out, because Swerve earlier in the show talked about he got a merger coming with the mogul stuff and all this and that. What is this? But you will find out. And we did find out in a big, big way. The Embassy and the mogul affiliates with Swerve have come together in a collaboration with Prince Nana. So then Brian Cage came and just attacked Darby Allin. Oh, he fucked him up. Oh, God. Yeah, so now I was like, ooh, the plot thickens with this one. But now, real quick, before we talk about Battle of the Belts, this match. And there was a little thing with Taya Valkyrie and Jay Cargill in the back, you know, Mark Sterling. Okay, sure. I just want to get that match out of the way at some point. I think Taya, I don't know. I'm invested, but I'm not invested in that whole story. But I want to talk about this, the meats and potatoes, ladies and gentlemen, of this show for me. Anna Jay versus Julia Hart. What a freaking match. What a match that I was really blown away by these two. Julia Hart coming out there, taking on Anna Jay. Some great spots, especially outside of the ring. I'm giving a golf clap to these two women for just killing it, man. Anna Jay, Julia Hart. This is one of my favorite matches of tonight. So that ends the first half of this show. Rampage. It ends Rampage. We end on that note, and I gotta say that's one hell of a main event for Rampage. I would like to see these two at it again. And all I got to say is that spooky bitch haunted your ass, Anna Jay. Now, Battle of the Belts. I was originally contemplating, like, should I do a separate podcast for Battle of the Belts? Then I saw that there's a big 3 matches and stuff like that. You know, the biggest things that I saw that I really liked was Mark Briscoe, Jay Lethal in the back, you know, talking like, hey, why don't we get together? Why don't we do this? Why don't, you know, then with who Jay Lethal was with, Mark doesn't feel comfortable. So I'm like, ooh, maybe Jay's going to make a turn on his former team, Jeff Jarrett and Sanjay and them. So we'll see. But we start this second half of this show strong. Orange Cassidy versus Dralistico, and Orange Cassidy for the win. Fun match. Not that long as I thought it was going to be, because I was like, you got 3 big matches on this card you're going to fill this whole hour with. You know, and I was like, man, everyone's going to go about 20 minutes. 20 minutes, 15 minutes or less. I think this one went less than that, but this was fun. But I got to say, the thing I liked about this more was, you know, Orange Cassidy coming out with his best friends, of course. The commentary making Orange Cassidy sound strong and not just a gimmick. You know, like saying like his style is to mess with your brain and mess with your mind, you know, and stuff like that. So I really like that from commentary, you know, really praising the style of Orange Cassidy. And Dralistico is awesome, man. Oh, there's that big old truck again. Jeez Louise. You hear that thing, folks? It shook me. It shook my butthole, man. That scared me for a second. I was like, oh my God, my indigestion has finally arose and finally got me. You can feel it. I can feel it. The whole place is shaking right now. That's how big this freaking truck is. Oh, I got scared. Who's the Vapors? The Vapors. But Buddy Matthews challenges Orange Cassidy this Wednesday on Dynamite. Fuck yeah. Let's bring it on. I want to see Buddy Matthews and Orange Cassidy throw down for that championship. I was just like, we got some QT TV on this show, too. I forgot to talk about, because it's going into this match. Lucha Brothers putting those Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships on the line versus QT Marshall and Powerhouse Hobbs. They were the main event tonight. Am I skipping? Oh, I'm skipping over this one, the TBS Championship. Sorry. Jade Cargill versus Billy Starks. Of course, Jade wins 55-0. Taya comes out, about to get her in the Valhalla. Road to Valhalla. Nope, not going to happen. Jade rolls out. Bada bing, bada boom. We can move on. Soon these ladies will tie it up. Soon. But let's get to the main event. Lucha Brothers was QT Marshall and Hobbs. QTV, one of my favorite things with that was QT Marshall was like, did you hear about the big sale? That car I bought? You know, I was like, this guy, tough guy here. Fun match. Lots of great spots between these two teams. Lucha Brothers for the win. I was happy for that. I was like, that just seems, you know, it's just kind of weird too. Like, as much as I do like, you know, them putting the Ring of Honor titles on the line on a battle for the belts, especially an AEW show, I'm like, maybe we, you know, I think I said this before in a review. We should keep these two entities kind of separate from each other. Like, we'll mention it. Ring of Honor, you can watch every Thursday. But we need to draw some eyes to that product. And I think you need to just have your AEW titles defended on AEW than your Ring of Honor titles on Ring of Honor. And I could be speaking out my ass because, honestly, if you heard the review for Ring of Honor, it was kind of lackluster. Like, we're giving away a match like the Lucha Brothers versus QT Marshall and Hobbs on an AEW show. Yes, it's primetime television. Yes, they're live. I understand all that. But imagine being like, yo, in order to see the Lucha Brothers defend those titles against QT Marshall and Powerhouse Hobbs is on Ring of Honor this Thursday. Get some eyes to the product. Get everyone on Honor Club. But it's not a battle of the belts. Am I bitching the bitch? Probably. But it's what goes on here. So, tell me what you thought of the show. Overall, I would give the show a solid 4 out of 5. I was entertained, but my favorite match of the night was Anna Jay and Julia Hart. That was the match for me. You should go check it out. I believe the highlights are up now. Tell me what you think. Go get yourself some New World Podcast merch. Pro Wrestling Tee Store, almost a reality. Keep you updated. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, share with your grandma, share with your grandpa, share with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja, and as always, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Brian Cage! The Machine Brian Cage! Oh, my God! After the match, he went through!